Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are discussing the tale of two economies, Iceland's fight for survival and India's crossroads. Imagine waking up to a discovery that your country, once hailed as a shining example of prosperity, is suddenly on the brink of collapse. In 2008, ladies and gentlemen, this was the grim reality of Iceland, a tiny nation of just over 300,000 people, whose economy crumbled under the weight of reckless banking practices. Overnight, its currency plummeted, unemployment soared, and the dreams of ordinary citizens turned into nightmares. Now fast forward to today, India, with its 1.4 billion people and immense population and potential, finds itself at a similar crossroads. Though the challenges are different, yet the stakes are just as high. Rising inflation, a falling rupee, and growing inequality threaten to derail the country's progress. But here's the kicker. India has a chance to rewrite the script just like Iceland did. In the mid-2000s, Iceland's banks became financial giants, their assets ballooning to 10 times the country's GDP. But it was all a house of cards, built on risky international loans and speculative investments. And the global financial crisis hit in 2008. Iceland's three largest banks, Glitnir, Kaupthing and Landsbanki, collapsed and defaulted with $85 billion. GDP fell by 6.8% in 2009 and subsequently by 3.4 something percent in 2010, a total of 10%. And this fallout was brutal. The krona, Icelandic currency, fell by 50% in its value, making imports unaffordable. Inflation surged by 18 something percent, wiping out the savings. Unemployment jumps to 9.3%, a shocking rise to a country which is normally near full employment. Protests erupted in the streets, forcing the government to resign. But Iceland did the unthinkable. Instead of bailing out its bank, it let them fail. The country prioritized upon its people over foreign creditors, imposed capital controls, turned to IMF for support, and over the next decade it reinvented itself, focusing on tourism, fisheries and renewable energy. By 2018, 2.3 million tourists were flocking to Iceland annually, more than 6 times its population. Now, India is not Iceland, but the warning signs are hard to ignore. First, slowing growth rate. GDP growth has fallen to 5.4% in FY 2024, far below its real potential. And second, the banking stress, non-performing assets, NPAs in other words, stand at 44.7 trillion rupees, stifling credit flow to businesses. Third, weakening rupee. The rupee has hit all-time low to 86.60 per USD and has raised the import costs. Fourth one, inflation wows. Inflation remains stubbornly high, with food prices up to 9.8% in December 2024. Fifth one, joblessness. Youth unemployment has climbed to 10.2%, leaving millions without opportunities. Iceland's recovery wasn't just about numbers, it was about the bold decision making, accountability and resilience. Here are some lessons that we Indians or India can take from Iceland and of course to our heart. First, be bold and decisive. Iceland refused to bail out the banks, focusing instead on protecting its citizens. India also must prioritize upon its people by investing in green energy infrastructure to create jobs, by supporting small businesses and startups, which are the backbone of the economy. Second, turn crisis into opportunities. When Iceland's krona collapsed, it turned to tourism. India, with its rich heritage and natural beauty, attracts just over 11 million something tourists annually. We have everything in India, all 6 seasons, from beaches to mountains, to jungles to deserts. Imagine the potential of this number if this number doubled or tripled. Also, better facilities and treatment towards tourists, simplifying visa processes, improving infrastructure, and supporting India's diversity could transform this sector. Third, hold the powerful accountable. Yes, that's very important. Iceland jailed 26 bankers for financial misconduct. In India, the corrupt and the fraud, who are also rich, powerful, and politically connected, often go unpunished. Ensuring accountability in banking, corporate, and governance would restore public trust. Fourth, diversify for resilience. Iceland moved beyond banking to focus on sustainable industries. India must reduce its reliance on IT and agriculture by encouraging by encouraging manufacturing, by investing in renewable energy, also by supporting the innovation in emerging sectors like AI and biotechnology. India stands at a pivotal moment in its history. Like Iceland, India has the chance to turn its adversity into an opportunity for reinvention. With its vast resources, young workforce, and entrepreneurial spirit, India can rise above its challenges and redefine its future. But this is not just a story about numbers or policies. It's about the people. Farmers struggling with rising costs, students hustling and searching for jobs, families dreaming of a better tomorrow, and the middle class burdened by high taxes. India is accountable to everybody and answerable to all of them. The question is, will India rise to this occasion, or will India let it slide? Well, let's just wait and watch. For now, this is it in this video. My name is Dr. Ruben Singh, signing off for now.